I fear that a lot of discussions about merging with technology, which is the proposal of transhumanism, to essentially become superhuman. And while everybody wants to be superhuman, I'd love to be superhuman, I'd be the first one to admit, I don't think it's going to be a considerable advantage over the things that are already superhuman, which are machines. Because the things that make us human are very hard to scale and to change without losing anything. And every time we add something, we'll lose something else. And there's, of course, Marshall McLuhan's theory of how we evolve and so on. But basically, I think improving humanity and improving diseases and living longer and all of that, I think is good within reason. But taken to the extreme, it becomes essentially an experiment in modification. We are already seeing the loss of humanity in social media with this aspect of manipulation and fake worlding, as I call it. And now we have synthetic worlds coming up with AI, the Apple headset. And you know, I'm a geek at heart. I love to play with that stuff. I'll be the first one to buy the Apple headset and all that. But I have to say, it puts the fear into me when I think about that becoming normal. You know, so that if I want to have a phone call, I got to put on this nerd helmet, you know? That is kind of like, if I can't function without technology, without connecting to the internet, if I can't boot in the morning, so to speak, right? Without connecting to the internet, I would be very worried. And that is kind of like what transhumanism is proposing, that we can be superior by becoming one with technology. And I think the path is the opposite. It's like we should let technology do all the heavy lifting, solve all of our major problems that are practical, but not create a black box or a super entity that runs our lives or becomes basically, you know, impossible to understand what happens. Like is already kind of happening with ChatGPT, that we don't know what happens inside, you know? And it's not just a question of control, it's also a question of values. I think we need to go back to our offline luxury as much as we can. We need to connect with ourselves and not just with our devices. And so this is going to be not an easy path, because we want the progress, we want the advancement, we want the good stuff, but the bad stuff could be worse than anything we've ever imagined.